Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel, and today we are checking out Hydrofoil Generation. Big shout out to the developers who have given me a chance to look at this early access version of the game. I've put the link down in the description, go and check it out. It's available on Steam right now, and a reminder, it is in early access, so still quite a few things to do on it, and a few bugs to iron out, but on the whole it's working pretty well. So a lot of fun. These boats here, these racing sort of foil boats, can go extremely fast, up to 50 knots in the right wind. So they're a ton of fun to actually sail, but they are quite difficult. So let's go and check out some of the options and get a feel for what this game is all about. Okay, let's go ahead and check out the options available here in Hydrofoil Generation. We're on the front page here. There goes the JX50 swinging around. Those are the ones used in the SailGP series. I've tried to make it look like the New Zealand yacht, but it's kind of similar, let's say that. Up the top right-hand corner here, you can go ahead and change your nationality. I've got it here on New Zealand. It looks like it actually tracks the distance that you've covered in the particular boat that you've got up. But if we go into the boat option here, there's plenty of customizable options right here. You can change the color of the sails, the hull itself, the shapes that are on here. You can kind of see I've got like a bit of a design on there, and also on the front of the hull. You can change those, as you can see here, and go ahead and save it as a preset, and that way you can use it whenever you like. So that's the JX50. Using the SailGP. Now here goes the JX40. Now these are the yachts that are used in the America's Cup. You might recognize them. Very strange looking yachts, that's for sure, but pretty fast, there's no doubt about that. And so I've gone ahead and tried to make it look like the New Zealand America's Cup yacht, with varying success, it would be fair to say, but a few options there for you to check out. If we go in here, tutorials, this is a big part of it. As you can see, I've completed about half of them. And on the whole, they're pretty good. There's a few bugs in there, and some of them don't give you much time to complete the tutorial, so you just got to watch out for those. The other thing you might find is if you do fail a tutorial and it's involved tacking or jibing, and you're currently sitting on the wrong side of the boat, you just got to make sure you get yourself back on the right side of the boat before you complete that tutorial again. Otherwise, you'll fail at the first tack. But these are quite good. If you've got any sort of sailing knowledge, you'll find these pretty straightforward. If you don't, it gives you a step-by-step guide on what you need to do. So they're actually pretty solid and give you a good understanding on how to drive these boats. Now, over time, obviously, as this title progresses through early access and into full release, etc., they'll probably look to fine-tune these, I would imagine, and just iron out some of those bugs. We'll go back in here, practice. Now this allows you essentially just to choose any options you like and go out there and sail by yourself. You can choose, you can change your boat if you want to use the JX50, for example. You've got two locations, Hong Kong and Den Haag. You can choose what kind of start that you would like, the strength of the wind, and then the start time, which is the amount of time before the gun goes off when you get into it. So this allows you to practice your maneuvers and make sure that you understand how to sail the boat. Which is quite handy, and that's by yourself. Multiplayer, pretty self-explanatory. So far what I see is there's always servers up here and available. I have seen many of these full. It's pretty quiet at the moment, as you can see, but essentially you just load into the lobby and then wait for people to join, and then you can go ahead and actually sail against other people. Now at the moment they've got collisions turned off, so that way you can't, if you're just learning, you're not going to mess up someone else's race, but you can get penalties and a few other things like that. So this is sort of the ultimate thing, is to get in there and race against other people. I'm not quite there yet, though. I'm not quite ready to go racing yet. I need to fine-tune my skills. Then we've got gallery right here, and so what this is it allows you to actually at the end of a session, you can save the replay. Look, let's go in here and do it right now and go load replay. And here we go here. As the name suggests, it's going to replay the session that you sailed. So if we just move this up forward a bit and get this up onto the foils. This was me just pre-race. It's really cool. I like the little tags up the top there. It looks very cool. And gives you the speed of the boat at this stage. And this was just me setting up, as you'll very quickly understand, I don't really know what I was doing at this point. Here I was sailing, I don't know where the heck I was sailing there, everybody. But anyway, I was mucking around here and I just saw this. Now, one thing, it does have limited options at this point. You can slow it right down if you want to get a really slow motion, or you can speed it up to just normal speed right there. And here I am getting up on the foils. It looks a bit dodgy, it'd be fair to say, but a real cool feeling when you get up there. These things are fast. And but like I say, one thing I would like to see is these options just fleshed out a bit. Maybe you know, be able to look around and zoom in and out. Maybe you can, and I just haven't picked up on it yet. But obviously, if you've got multiple, if you're, for example, recording a race and you've got multiple boats, you can go next boat, previous boat, and cycle between different boats. There goes me completely missing that mark, by the way. And we're doing a big turn here. Not bad. Oh, yeah, a little bit dodgy. But anyway, that's quite a cool feature, I've got to say. You can look back at your race and, you know, see how you went. It's got the wind indicator right there on the water. You might be able to see it. Just go back into the menu here. Right, so that's pretty cool. And then down in the settings here, you've got a few settings you can set up. Go ahead and set your video settings, depend on the rig that you have. That's straightforward. Controls. So these are really important. I mean, when you first start off, you probably want to put most of these controls on, and that will do things, for example, auto foils and auto sail, so you don't have to trim them yourself. Auto helm swap, so that means people running across the other side when you tack or you jibe. Auto dagger boards, those are the big boards that go down in the water. Very important to get those right, otherwise you can tip over or just have a very, very slow maneuver. So you can go ahead and turn a whole lot of those on, and if you press edit boat controls, you can see now that the keys that you use, actually you use the mouse to actually go left and right, and I thought that would be a bit hard for a start, but it's actually quite intuitive. I haven't really gone through using these other ones because I've mainly had it on auto mode for the dagger boards and for the foils and all that sort of stuff. But as time goes on and I get into the manual side of it, I'm going to see how that works. But you can go ahead and change any of those you like. You can keyboard. I mean, I'm wondering, oh yeah, that just allows you to create a user copy and then put your own key bindings in. I don't see the option there to throw a controller in, which I think would be quite handy. But I suppose as time goes by, we'll see whether they put that in there. So go back out here, settings, and the game. You can go ahead and change the language when you first go in. So obviously you can change the language, and you do kilometers or knots. I'm sticking to knots because I'm a salty sea dog. I'm keeping the nautical terminology in there. Okay, what I thought I'd do now, everybody, is just show you how this actually works when you're out at the helm of the boat and you're trying to steer it in the right direction and make sure it goes as fast as possible. So the options I've selected here, just doing a single player practice, is Hong Kong, upwind gated 1.4, moderate breeze, and a 40-second start time. So I'll go ahead and press sail, and we're going to jump in here, and once we're ready to go, here we go. That did not take long at all. And so here goes your assists here. I'm going to say, let's do auto foils, let's do auto sails, just so we take that out of the equation at this point. But obviously you can, as you get more confident in the manual use of those, you can take those out. But let's go ahead and go sail.
20 seconds.
And right, while we're starting to get ready here, this thing in front of you here is the HUD and the heads-up display. And as you can see, it's pretty big actually, and so I'm not 100% sure about this. I'm hoping that perhaps, oh, you can see the boundary right there, everybody. I need to turn the other way as we just wait for the oh, hold on a minute, that didn't take long. Apparently we are off. Anyway, let's just get this boat up to speed here and just sail freely around. This is a pretty cool looking harbour. You can see the speed really ramping up there, but you can see this HUD, it's a little bit obtrusive, I would say. It would be kind of good to see maybe it toned down a little bit. But as my speed gets up here, the orange arrow or triangle is the one that's the true wind angle. That's the one that that's the important one at this point. If I move to the left a little bit, you'll see that triangle go down the round edge there, and that you'll watch my speed increase. Now once I get to 16, it's trying to pop up on the foils now. You can kind of see it trying to pop up. We'll get that wind coming straight from that angle, straight from the side angle here, and it will get up very soon maybe. Okay, after a little bit of playing around, everybody, I'm finally up foiling right here, and you can notice the drop off in the sound. Now I'm just bringing it around. Up in the top left-hand corner, you can see the HUD in the direction I'm heading for those boys there. I need to actually start tacking across there very, very soon. So those guys run across, the board goes down, and now I can turn. It's very important you get that in the right order, by the way, and the tutorial will help you. Now I'm going to cross right through the wind here. I'm on a very acute angle. Whoa! Is it going to go off the foils? It might do, everybody. No, it stays up on the foils just, and I'm going to go through these gates right here, and then we're on the course proper. But you can see it whistling in the wind now. I'm not going to go through what all these HUD details mean because it's just too complicated. But at the moment, we're sailing upwind, and that orange triangle, what I was saying before, is you want to keep it at about 45. That's going to be the best course as long as you've got your speed up when you're going upwind there, and obviously in the opposite quadrant when you are going downwind. But to pick up a bit of speed, you need to overreach basically, or overtack, and so you're a beam of the wind or across the wind. I'm not getting the terminology right there. We're approaching the wait for this board to go down. It does. Don't hit the boundary, you get penalised. Keep my speed up. So what I mean by there is I go right through the 45. The triangle goes right past that 45-degree mark. Oh, we're bouncing around like everything. The reason for that is to get side on to the wind. That really picks up your speed. And now I'm bringing it up to get more of an efficient course up the track up the course. So I'm trying to get that orange triangle on that 45-degree mark, which is right by that green triangle. Now the green triangle, by the way, is where the next mark is located. And that gives you a good point of reference for when you're looking to tack and lay into the mark, and you know exactly when you need to start turning. So essentially when that gets to 90 degrees, you can start turning. But here we go. We're doing an upwind leg here. We are foiling, as you can see. I'm going to go ahead, set up for the tack. You press the space bar. It's pretty straightforward. You've got to wait for them to come across. Once that dagger board's down, then you can turn. And this is where the real skill comes in. So you obviously see a lack of it from me, but you want to keep your speed up. A nice smooth tack. Oh, the red is not good. A smooth tack and turning circle will allow you to keep yourself up on the foils. I managed to keep up there even though it went red. Now I turn myself back onto a more efficient course. But there goes the buoy right there, and let's swing around. And now, everybody, we are going downwind. Whoa! Let's see if we can pop this thing back up on the foils. Get it up. And you watch, we can get some pretty impressive speed going downwind here. Not at the moment, not with that thing in the water. Let's see if I can get this sorted. Okay, everybody, jibed across, and now we are definitely up on our foils. We're going downwind, and look at that speed now, 39.4. Oops, I'm a little bit close to the wind there. It's definitely a lot more sensitive when you're going, when you're up on your foils, but we're going 37.9 knots. We are ripping downwind right here. And one thing you really got to be careful of is not smashing into that boundary. I'm going to set up for my jibe now. Let's check this out. Let's see if I can keep this upright. Board goes down. We'll give a nice good turn here. You want it to be pretty swift, I've found. Not really overdo it. And then you want to, but you do want to over jibe just to keep your speed up. That wasn't actually too bad. It did go into the red. And this is on auto, by the way, so you can see why I'm not using manual. There we go. We keep our speed up, and 40 knots. Get into it, boy. You little ripper. Okay, let's jump out of there. So here we are at the end screen right here. So I could go ahead and save the replay and go test 1, 2, 3, for example. Go OK. The replay has now been saved. We go back into the gallery. We've got test 1, 2, 3. We can go ahead and load that up. And you can go and reevaluate how you did. The end answer is I wasn't very good. So what I'm going to do is let's go ahead and have a look how we did here. That's us tacking up to the top marks. And so we were actually, look, it's hard to tell how close to that buoy you are. That mark, I should say. And look at that left-hand hull went into the water. Anyway, let's just flick it forward just a little bit. And let's see what we look like when we're going full tilt. Now, look at that. What a magnificent looking machine. It is absolutely hoofing. 38.2, 37.5 now. It's gone down a little bit. But that is a magnificent beast. Check that out. Absolutely brilliant. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. I'll just let that run out. There goes a quick look at Hydrofoil Generation. Early access, so there's still a lot of improvement. Oh, check out this jibe right here. Whoo! That is so cool with those dagger boards down. And I can't wait to go racing. There's a lot of improvement, and before the final release happens, it's in early access. But check out the link down in the description. Big shout out to the developer for hooking me up with a review copy here. And we'll see you out on the water, everybody. And until next time, everybody, take it easy.